In today's episode, I'm going to show you how to make a fall off the bone tender pork ribs using the sous vide machine. And while they're cooking, I'm going to show you how to make a brilliant, tasty barbecue sauce made from Coca Cola. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Stick around, you're going to want to know how to make these. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Paulies Kitchen. My name is Paulie and this is my kitchen. In today's episode, I'm going to show you how to make a fall off the bone tender pork ribs. They're going to be absolutely incredible. Not only that, we're going to smother these in a homemade barbecue sauce made from cola, and these are going to be incredible. So guys, if this is your first time here, do remember to like, comment, subscribe and hit that bell button so you do find out when I release my next video, which will be really soon. But on a serious note, if you haven't liked, comment or subscribed, please do. I'll be really grateful. Cheers. So these pork ribs are fall off the bone tender. They take a little while to cook, but they're absolutely ideal. If you chuck them in the morning, come back to them, and you've got some delicious pork ribs. I'm going to show you how to make a barbecue sauce as well, because hey, there's no point having barbecue ribs if you haven't got any barbecue sauce to go with it. So guys, that's it. We're going to dive straight in. All the ingredients for this recipe you will need are right here. Don't worry if you missed these, I'll put these in the info box below, just like I usually do, so check out down there and you'll catch them all down there. As well as those ingredients, pork ribs wouldn't be pork ribs without these, which is a rack of pork ribs, and this is what we're going to be using. So that is everything you'll need. We're going to dive straight in. I'm going to show you exactly how to make these. So the first thing we need to do is we need to take our ribs and we need to take a really large baking tray, just like that, and pop them there. Now we're then going to take our ribs and we're going to lay these out on our tray. We need to take our paprika and we're just going to sprinkle it all over the top. So now that we've got a nice amount of paprika all over the top, we're just going to take our hands and we're just going to smear this in to the ribs itself. We're then going to take our thyme and we're just going to do exactly the same with the thyme. We need to flip over our ribs and we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. We need to turn them around like that. We're going to take our butter and we're going to take our sharp knife. And we're just going to slice this as thin as we can. Place that on top of our ribs. So next thing we need to do is we need to take our backpack machine. We're going to pop that there. We're going to feed through the plastic, through the cutter, and we need to take enough plastic to make a bag for the ribs. Lovely, so we're going to press down and we're just going to cut straight through, just like that. We're just going to move our ribs out of the way. We're going to open our backpack machine, we're going to take our bag and we're going to place it across the heat element. We're going to close the lid of our vacuum machine and we're going to press seal. So now that it's sealed, we're going to open the machine. We're going to double check the seal, but it's absolutely spot on. Perfect. So all we need to do is we need to take our ribs again. We're going to slide these off of our tray. And what we're going to do, we're going to open the bag and we're going to feed in our ribs into the bag. Now that our ribs are in our bag, all we need to do is put this up onto the vac pack machine. We're going to close down the lid and wait for the double click, and then we're going to press normal vac. So now that the vac machine has finished vacuuming, we need to open the lid. We need to check the seal, which is really good. We need to wait for our sous vide machine to reach temperature. Once it's done that, we need to take our ribs and we're just going to pop them into our sous vide machine. So now that our ribs are in our sous vide machine, we're going to cook these at 72 degrees for 11 hours. But while we wait for them to cook, we're going to make our barbecue sauce. The first thing we need to do is we need to get our garlic and our sharp knife, and we're going to break this open just like that. Cut off the ends, peel it, and then we're going to finely mince them. Once we've minced it, we're just going to take a palette knife and we're just going to scoop that out. So now that it's nice and minced, we're going to take a little glass bowl, pop that there, and just place our garlic into our glass bowl. And we're just going to do the exact same thing with the second one. So now that all our garlic is minced up, we can make our barbecue sauce. So we're going to take a lighter and we're going to light our stove. So we're going to leave that on a medium heat, but now that our stove's lit, what we need to do is we need to take our oil and just pour a little bit of oil into our saucepan. So once our oil's nice and hot, we're going to take a spatula, we're going to take our garlic, and we're just going to pop that into our frying pan, into our saucepan rather, and gently cook that over a really low flame. While that's cooking, what we're also going to do is we're going to add in our thyme, we're going to add in our smoked paprika, and we're going to gently cook these spices onto it. Looks like this. We're going to take our apple cider vinegar and going to use that to deglaze the pan, which basically means we're going to stir it and get all the bits that are stuck to the bottom of the pan off of it. Yeah, lovely. Look at that. We're going to take our cola and we're going to pour that in. And what we need to do is we need to reduce this by 3/4. So we're just going to turn the heat up and let that reduce. You don't have to use Coca Cola like I have for your barbecue sauce. I like to use it because you've got some caramel and toffee, vanilla flavours in there, and it just adds depth to your barbecue sauce. If you don't want to use it, use 55 grams of a really dark sugar that you can get in the supermarket, because believe it or not, there is 55 grams of sugar in half a litre of Coca Cola. A crazy amount of sugar, I know, but it's so delicious. So anyway, you want to keep cooking your syrup reduction until it looks like this. Take your ketchup and just spoon that in. Make sure you get it all in. So we're going to bring our barbecue sauce back to a gentle simmer like this. And once it is, we're going to take our rat coolie thing, we're going to pop that there, and we're going to bring our barbecue sauce across to here. So as you might notice, I've got 2 racks of ribs in my sous vide. The bottom one is the one that I prepared for this video. The top one is one I made earlier. So we're going to pull the one that I made earlier out. So we're going to take a big plate. We'll take our tongs and we're going to fish them out. And bring them over to here. We need to take a sharp knife and we're just going to cut open the bag. We are going to take the ribs out of the bag and place them on our plate, and they look and smell incredible. They smell so good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a tray and I'm going to spin it on my finger like that. Ah, look at that, lovely. Oh, I nearly dropped it. We're going to take our ribs and put them in our tray. We're going to get rid of our plate. I don't know why I got the plate out. So now that we've got our ribs on a baking tray, we're going to take a pastry brush and we are going to slather barbecue sauce all over our ribs. And we're going to do it both sides. Grab these, let's flip them over. Flip them back over. And we're going to pop these in the oven for about 10 minutes on a really high heat, gas mark 8, about 210 degrees. And we're going to make these nice and crisp. See you in 10 minutes. As you can see, they look absolutely incredible. I can't wait to tuck into these. Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. The barbecue sauce, the pork ribs are going to be absolutely amazing. Honestly, if you haven't got yourself a sous vide machine, make sure you get yourself one and definitely try this recipe out. If you haven't liked, comment, subscribe, please do. I'd really appreciate that. In the meantime, happy cooking and I'll see you again soon. Thank you, bye-bye.